Devake Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Karmaniye Vadhi Karaste Ma Phaleshu Kadachana Karmaniye Vadhi Karaste Ma Phaleshu Kadachana Ma Karma Phala Heturbhur Ma Karma Phala Heturbhur Mate Sangotsya Karmani Mate Sangotsva Karmani. Your right is only to perform your duty, but never to claim its fruit. Do not be cause of the fruit of action, nor let your attachment be for inaction. Karmaniye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Such a nice words. I mean, you can say, of course, we can't be partial when it comes to Bhagavad Gita, but yes, end of the day, we are human, and hence we have our, oh, I wouldn't say likes and dislikes, but yes, we have our own thinking or our own judgment that this is nice, this verse is nice, this verse is very nice. I must be honest with you, but this verse can lead us to the supreme, or you can say the supremacy. This verse can help us in our day-to-day practice. This verse can help us in material world, and this verse can help for our spiritual upliftment as well. So, this is the very reason that I want to discuss more about it. Of course, our main reference book is Swami Ram Sukdas ji's Sadhak Sanjeevani, but still I have explored little more, I have read little more for particular these words, and which I would like to share with you. Now, normally what happens that when we take up some task, we'll decide on a goal that this time I am doing this work and the result of it should be given to me in such a short time. That normally we do it. And then keeping that in mind, or the normal thinking in the society and community. So people are even asking, but you attending the Gita class since 20 years or 25 years or 10 years or 12 years, what did you learn? Have you changed yourself? People ask because it's a set belief. It's a set belief. We normally don't counter question to him or her by not attending. What did you achieve? for for argument's sake, okay, I did not achieve anything. Argument's sake, okay, because this achievement or the changes are very subtle. People may not notice. Even for ourselves, we may not notice. At certain times, we say, oh man, yeah, I was like that. But now my thinking has been changed. So it does help. But as I told you, we have the set belief in society and community. Very easy to ask the question, or very easy to put you down, or very easy to criticize. Ah, man, attending Gita classes, what is this? It happens. It happens. So, normal, as I told you, when we take up some task, right, we have that, okay, right, now I must get the result. But the thing is, okay, this kind of thinking that, okay, I have taken this task and I must be rewarded, I must get the result, I must get the fruits in with a certain time. And nowadays, I mean, we see in the society or in our, I deliberately not using the word spiritual path, but on the religious path, people say, yeah, okay, 11 days meditation. And in 11 days, you train yourself and then we'll take you to the next level. There are people are selling you the meditation. But now, with such ideology, if we start the work and over time we're not able to get the result. Result, what result? What we expected. And that result does not come. Then what is next? Frustration. Ah, man, I did it for so long. I've been doing this so many days or weeks or whatever it is. Then we become frustrated. Now, let us try or check the other condition. Suppose that the work that we did for a month or whatever time without expecting any result or any output, and that was done with full efforts, with full diligence, and at the same time,
It's 20
when
hours.
it paid off or when the dividend comes, that is, the output came, it was 1,000 times better than what we expected. Think about it. Think about it. If we start with some sort of expectation and we don't achieve that, or we don't meet that expectation, and the same work or same task, we start it, we do it, and no expectation, but yet results, fruits, rewards, dividend, you name it, anything will come. And that, as I told you, that will be 1,000 times better than what we expected. That really give you the joy. The two things, result or fruits, will be there. But since there was no expectation when we start, or we did not start that with some sort of condition, if and but, if I will get, no, just do it. Then the result will be, as I told you, 1,000 times better than what we expected. And I mean, this must have happened in our lives one or another time. That means what the output will come or will come up when we are doing any work is never in your hands. It is never in our hands. We have all the preparations in our hands, all the hard work in our hands, and the work in our hands. But what will come out? Not in our hand. It's not in our hand. It's not in our hand. You know, normally, and it is true up to, I wouldn't say to a certain extent, greater extent, it is true that what we call in Gujarati, je thawanu હોય તે જ થાય. Yeah, what's going to happen, yeah, that's fine. That is right, that is true. But whatever in our hand we need to do, and then then what's going to happen happens, fine. But what is in my hand, to act, to work, to put all efforts full heartedly, not half heartedly. I have told so many times in our Geeta classes, Probably those who are from the beginning must have tried listening to this. when we started the Geeta classes, right? And then 24 years back, right? So I just started saying that, okay, I will be starting, I'm keen or I'm serious to start the Geeta class, and I want to keep it on Wednesday. The people are there. No પણ કોણ આવે, weekday છે, nobody will come. People are working. People are there. So that's it's their job to say. But whatever in my hand, it was in my hand to start the Geeta class. To keep it or to continue for nearly 24 years in his hands. But what was in my hand? That was in my hand to commit myself, to prepare myself, whether there is a one member or the 10 member. I will prepare myself for the Geeta class. Then the rest in His good hands. And now next year we're going to celebrate 24 years of Gita class. So, what the normal saying in our community and society, that is true, Jetwa no Jethai, that's fine. But having said that, we must not give up our effort. And if that is understood correctly, that is understood clearly, that is feeded nicely in our mind, then there is no problem. So every time when we prepare, if we have the same thinking that okay, let me do, and then it can happen that you may not get success in all tasks, because He must have another plan for that. It's fine. It's fine. But we must. So there may be a distinction in the subject for which, the exam has been given. I'll give you the example of exam, right? Right? Without preparation, and in the subject whose preparation has been done throughout the year. So you will see the change. It may also get 35 marks. The same applies to the point of view of work. Look, simple thing we need to think. There are people who just work. Let me use the word pupil, not the people or the learners, okay, the students, right? They from the day first start themselves preparing, and from the first day they may not have that what score or what mark they're going to get, but it builds up, and the reward is there, reward will be there. So many times I have shared the example that, for an example, the lock is there on the door. We could not find the key, and it was really necessary to open the door. What is the best way? Take the hammer, start hitting on the lock. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13th. Maybe with the 15th stroke with the hammer, lock will open. It doesn't mean that the 14th stroke has no value. That 14th stroke, 14 times what we hit on that lock, had created the ground, and at the 15th stroke, it's open. So we may get failure, but it will come. So the small thing we need to, and then believe me, friends, this is the small thing. If we apply, if we put in practice, definitely the reward will be there, right? Okay. So it is in our hand to work. That's only thing we can do. So instead of going towards the result, we should move ourselves towards the work or the task or the duty. Those who work in the hope of fruit always feel that the fruit is less or late. That's a human nature. But if the fruit is not expected and the fruit is received, then its joy will be doubled. It's a simple matter. If you go to the job and say on the very first day that give me a salary, will anyone going to give salary? Very first day? No. You work. You work for 1 month, and the end of the month you get. Those once upon a time. Nowadays we are so uh, not familiar. What's a good word? Even nowadays it's so easy with the inkomazi. But if you ask your mother or your granny, they used to make the dahi. The correct word for dahi is curd, curd, curd. Okay, but the time inkomazi came in our life, we have forgotten the word curd. So mother or granny used to make the curd at home, right? And probably in the night they have put it, and hopefully if it is a good weather, next day morning or by afternoon the dahi, the curd is ready. But once she has put that, okay, for the process, she doesn't wake up every 1 hour and check is it curd prepared or not. You have to wait for certain hours. It doesn't happen. So similarly, as we have seen here, the first day of job, you can't say give me the salary then. No. Normally that happens that you work for 1 month and then you'll get the salary. Meaning, even I mean, look, it just clicked in my mind. We are familiar with that Satyanarayan Katha. We all familiar with the Satyanarayan Katha. At certain time, we all have done in our houses. And those who cannot, we provide the opportunity from the Mandir side. Right. The first chapter is very clearly told. Ratena tapasa kimva. By observing which vrat we can get the benefit. Meaning what? So observe the vrat first, then expect. But we doing other way around. If my son pass the CA exam, oh Satyanarayan Bhagwan, I will do the katha. That's mean he has to do your work first. Then you will. Very first chapter, it is mentioned in the katha. So these are all things, if we put in our day-to-day practice, it's definitely going to help, right? So if we ask the salary for the first day, company is not going to give. Instead, they're going to fire us. No, it's not fit to work. Again, what does it mean? Only action or the work or the duty in our hand, and thereafter, whatever you get, accept it. Fruits are never small. Or the problem is when we do it with the expectation, then always there is a problem. Fruits are not small or not the bigger. It's fruit is fruit. Result is it is. You got it as per our effort. So we are not there to judge. We are not judged for anybody else. Only thing, we just have to do our work. You have to give up expecting results and think and have full faith in His good hands. And that's very nicely Bhagwan has explained in this verse, Karmaniye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadashana. If we work with full faith, full confidence, believe you me, result will be definitely good. Reward will be definitely good. No doubt about it. But if we start with some sort of expectation, then expectation brings the frustration. Expectation bring the frustration. So we just do it honestly. We do it with proper planning. And this planning and everything, not only in our day-to-day life, in our material life, even if we want to progress ourselves on the spiritual path, we have to plan ourselves. We have to discipline ourselves. That's why yogi used to get up early morning, which is known as Brahma Muhurta, auspicious time, right? Even if you want to do that job or anything, you have to commit yourself that I'll be doing this mala, 11 mala, 20 mala, 30 mala, whatever it is. And stick to that. Stick to that. Then the rewards will be there. So for now, today, we have completed this, not this one, today's class, okay? Next week, I'll definitely take you to what Swami Vivekananda has told about this particular verse, which is 47th verse of chapter 2. Swami Vivekananda has given a very good commentary on that. So that we will try to understand, okay? I always tell you that one spark is enough. One spark is enough. One spark. And that can change your life, right? So probably next week we will start with Swami Vivekananda's explanation or the commentary on this verse, Karmani Vadhikarasti Mahaphaleshu Kadashana. And yes, till that, in today's discussion, whatever you like, credit goes to all the great men, all the scripture, whatever I have heard, I have studied, I have read. Nothing belongs to me. It is said that Vyasvachistam Jagat Sarvam. So whatever we read or hear, everything, it is told by the great sage Vyasji, who wrote most of our scripture, who wrote Mahabharata. So it belongs to all those great souls. We can't put our name and signature and copyright on it. Never, never. And as if at all we want to go towards Bhagwan Krishna, we have to go through Arjun. Through Arjun. And that's very reason we chant towards the end, the 73rd verse of 18th chapter. Okay, so we'll recite Nashto Moha followed by the Arti. नष्टो मोहः स्मृतिर्लब्धा त्वत्प्रसादान्मयाच्युत स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव.